Okay, guys, I'm going to try to give you some help with this, and since I'm not here, and so it will help you if you draw your circles with a template like a quarter. Oh dear, that's so bad. Let's see if I can do better than that. So if you use a quarter, I left out some cylinders that might help you make your pies kind of all be the same size. But I'm gonna draw, oh, that's not even supposed to be a pie, is it? That's supposed to be an energy interaction diagram. So I could make the pies here, here, and the idea of the pie is that all the energy stays, that you don't lose any, okay? So if we look at this one, and if y'all are still working, you can double check me on the hints, girls. On the first one, I believe we said no air. Is that right? No air on number 1?
Yes.
Okay, so on the energy diagram, I think I just said the ball, and I'm only going to write a letter here, people who are watching the video, because obviously I'm impaired, and the earth, yeah? So I've got the ball and the earth, and they are in contact with each other, yeah? And then that's my system. So I could make a dash line. You can make one much better. There was a lot of fretting about the systems. Here's the thing. If it's inside the dash line, it's internal to the system. If I put a cat out here, there's a nice cat. If I put a cat out here, and then I have to draw some line out to the cat, right? The ball has cat hair on it. I don't know. The cat is external to the system, okay? So that's all there is, internal, external. We'll get more on it later, but don't fret, okay? I'm going to remove the cat now, and let's go back to this. Okay, so the ball's up here. So I kind of have a choice. I can say that I think the ball is moving when it starts, or it's not. I don't feel like they told me. When I did this key, I said it was moving just a little bit. So I'm going to say red is EK. There's no way to know if it's moving when it starts or not. So sometimes you just have to make a claim, right? As long as it doesn't conflict with something that is definite. So EK. So I'm going to say that the ball has just a little bit of movement when it starts, okay? But really, the ball is high. Now, there's been some confusion about the word potential. Potential energy is stored energy. The potential energies that we're going to use in this class primarily are gravitational potential, right here. So there's been some confusion, like somebody thinks potential is a thing by itself. So I guess it's a bad idea for me to do that. So let me, oh yeah, wait, I can just put the E in. Okay, so gravitational potential, yeah. And I could also write that UG. But this right here is gravitational potential energy. I can't write it with my pirate finger here. I don't have a good situation. But anyway, gravitational potential energy. So we can see that at position A, this ball is mostly gravitational potential energy, and I'm assuming it's moving a little bit. What if you drew the whole pie green? Well, you could say, hey, you're assuming it's released from rest. It's not moving at all when it starts. But I assumed it was moving. Okay, yay. All right, so then at position B, I know it's faster. I know it's faster, right? So maybe I'm going to say it's faster. Okay, that's really terrible, but you just have to like work with me here, okay? But it still has some height, yeah? So some of it is still gravitational potential, yeah? In the end, again, I have some choice, right? If I look at the key that I made initially, I said that it was just before it was hitting the ground. So when I made this key, I made it so that there was like all kinetic, all this is kinetic, all this is kinetic, even this part I haven't colored is kinetic, but there's a little tiny bit of potential. And I said that because for me, I'm saying it's right before it hits the ground, okay? Now, what if another person assumed that it was going as fast as it could in the moment it encountered the ground and had no height at all? Well, you could say there was no gravitational potential and it was all kinetic. That's okay. You could do that, all right? So that's it. That's what I've got for this. Since it isn't stipulated, you can choose. And I'm going to stop and do the second part of this on the next video.